Hi, beautiful ones. The hawks are calling, and it encouraged me to drop in here because I just listened to the video about making an invitation after I made the invitation to invite all of you to the sanctuary of the awakening heart. And so it was really elucidating to me some of the pre-work that I've been doing, and then also some of the voices in my head already. And I hear these hawks, and I'm like, what is it when I drop in for this temple? What is it that I really want? What am I doing? And what I'm doing is I'm answering the call. Just like these hawks are doing, they're calling and responding to each other. I'm answering the call. The magnolia tree calling. The other thing I'm doing is and deepening into and learning the skills of the perception, how to discern the call in a very loud world, how to discern the call of spirit versus my mind and my ego and what I should be doing and what other people are doing. And so when I drop in the magnolia and the sanctuary of the awakening heart, that's very alive and resonant. And so who am I calling in? Right? I'm answering the call. So I'm calling myself here. Right? My heart, my curiosity, my mystery, my wobble, my practice to return to center. Right? And I'm also calling, like the singing bowl, doom, 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 the other resonant sisters that are, they're not perfect. Of course they're not perfect. They're willing and curious to enter into this mysterious and spacious place of our hearts, and willing to go the distance through this unknown sort of potentially intense place in our hearts. Well, it's absolutely an intense place in our hearts. So I'm calling in the sisters that are really willing to be real with themselves and be vulnerable and be in communion with each other. So another arch around this experience is deepening into sisterhood. Right? And so the sisters that are stepping forward, we're establishing these relationships. Those of us that are co-creating, Rose and Susanna and I, we are having all sorts of conversations and exploring about ourselves. And so that'll be really beautiful after this temple is over, to process and debrief with the group what this is like putting it on and how to support one another. And one last piece that I'm realizing is, we're talking about the heart and we're talking about vulnerability, and there absolutely needs to be a lightness and a playfulness, right? And what I mean by that, we're not going to like acupuncture point and stick our finger right in your wound. For example, my dog has a wound on his leg and it's like this big, right? And when you focus on the wound, I'm not going to go to it and touch it. Oh, does that hurt? Let's explore that wound. That's not what we're going to do. There is a spaciousness and a softness to create space all around our heart, for our heart to feel safe, to then open when it's ready. Feeling safe is not a luxury, it's a requirement. And on this walk, so I'm hearing the hawks right here, and just a moment ago there was this gorgeous black snake. And this black snake, I love snakes, a little afraid of snakes, love snakes. So there was this excitement and ooh, and excitement and ooh, just like I'm feeling when I'm coming into the temple. So I paused and I visited with her, and at first I was talking. And then I can see the hawks now. They're close. Oh my goodness, they're very close. So I stopped talking to the snake and asked her for her wisdom, because she's appearing as I'm contemplating this this offering. And so as soon as I softened, I could feel that Kundalini energy and the Ouroboros and the small circulation breathing and the currents, right? And then also what happened when I softened is she then first, when I was talking to her, she was still. She was holding her posture. She was still, holding her stance, right? And then when I softened and listened, she then was able to readjust her posture. And she just so gently, smoothly moved herself to a place where she was safe and then lingered. And so that's the cadence that we're holding in the temple, right? And the other piece is we're bringing in our allies. We're bringing in the cacao. We're bringing in the fire. We're bringing in the movement and the practice. So this is a very beautiful experience for myself. And so I'm really grateful for all of you for witnessing me as I'm going through this, as I'm creating, stepping up, answering the call, listening, perceiving, receiving, and then transmitting and creating a safe space. So thank you for that, for the listening. And I invite all of you to join me if you feel like you'd like to be in this space together. Okay, I'll see you on the other side. Bye-bye.